Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, the days are counting down and it's less than a week left until the start of the third season of Winner Home right here on Afternoon Express. Now, you get to follow our three young designers every weekday from the 16th of May as they turn 3 empty apartments into dream homes. They've got expert colour advice from Plascon to create on-trend living spaces and, of course, luxurious Caesar stone surfaces, all at the award-winning Val de Vie estate, conveniently located in the Cape Winelands. Now, if you enter this grand prize competition on privateproperty.co.za, you, the viewer, stand a chance to win one of the completed apartments. I mean, that's incredible. Winner Home is proudly brought to you by Private Property in proud association with Nedbank. Now, from Winner Home to Honeycomb, how do we get started with this delicious treat?
Well, first thing we do is to get the sugar. Now, Muscovado sugar is really, really nice and dark. So instead of making a traditional golden honeycomb, we're going to be making something a little bit darker, a little bit earthier, which is kind of naughty, which is always fun.
Yeah, we'll call it rustic, just to be fashionable.
So the first thing you do is to measure out 200 grams, and then you pop it onto stove top. So now, usually you use caster sugar, which is a lot finer, but because Muscovado has such a beautiful, dark, earthy flavour to it, we are going to be using it instead.
And very caramelly as well.
Yes, exactly.
I'm so glad you know how to work that, because I thought you were going to ask me now.
Actually, I might be asking you. This is your kitchen.
No, it's on. You're good. Yeah,
oh, awesome.
check, it's blue.
Fantastic.
Ta-da!
Oh, red. Okay, cool.
The pressure of having to turn the stove on. Okay.
Now, in addition, you're also going to add 5 tablespoons of either honey or syrup or glucose.
Okay.
So it's basically just something to get it going and to mix together. So you add that to your sugar.
Okay.
And then you just need to make sure to mix it around until it melts. Now, obviously, that takes a little bit of time, which usually is around 3 minutes or so. You need to let it reach 150 degrees Celsius. So what we decided to do is to pre-make.
There you go.
And let it bubble away beautifully.
So in 3 minutes, that will look like that?
It should, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So now what you like to do as well is you want to keep the temperature a little bit lower as well. So you let it rise slowly. Otherwise, when it actually reaches 150 degrees, it's going to go too far ahead once you take it off the stove. And so you actually might come out with a burnt product.
So this is why baking is a science.
Yes,
it's got to be exact.
Okay, so when it forms these nice, beautiful bubbles, okay, we're just going to turn this off. We are going to add the bicarbonate of soda. So now the whole idea behind this is to make sure that it goes as fast as you can. And then you watch it rise.
And that's what gets that bubbliness,
beautiful
fluffiness.
Okay. And as soon as you go, then you pour it out.
Good girl. Okay.
What I like to do with the extras, I like to stick my whisk in and just like double along the side. Then you get like little pieces of candy as well with it.
Oh, that's excellent.
It's quite fun. So now...
This was really so simple. So basically, honeycomb is essentially just sugar.
Exactly. And you can make so many nice desserts with it as well. And we're going to be using it as a topping for a little bit later, which is going to be quite fun. So what you'd want to do now is you need to let it cool. It takes about an hour or so to let it cool down. Otherwise, you won't have all those beautiful little bubbles and it will be soft. And that's not exactly how you want it. You want it to have this nice hard crack. So afterwards, we get to play and bash it up a little bit.
Okay. How long does this need to set for?
An hour.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And it can just stay out here? You don't need to put it in the fridge or freezer or anything like that?
It basically just needs to harden, so all the little bubbles will be formed on the inside of the honeycomb, and you just treat yourself afterwards with that.
Fantastic. Remember, baking is a science, so you need to follow the recipe word for word to get it exactly right. But luckily, if you visit afternoonexpress.co.za, everything is there for you, and I think this is going to be a really tasty treat, especially now for winter, when we want to eat all those bad things. But for now, Bonnie's going to be back on the couch, and we'll finish up with this a little bit later. All right, now back in the kitchen with lovely Ming. You actually remind me of a butterfly today with your gorgeous purple hair. Now, Ming, I have a confession to make, and I'm sure you'll understand. The smell of cooked apples and cinnamon, I mean, really. There's actually this thing that they say if you want to sell your house, boil apples in your house and then add cinnamon, just because that flavour give people like this nostalgic feeling. It's so lovely.
No, there's just something wonderful about apple pie in general.
Exactly.
It makes you want to go towards it and have yourself a bite.
So we've broken up our honeycomb.
Yes.
During the commercial break, I did have a tendency to eat the majority of it, but at least we thankfully still have some in the bowl, thank goodness. And now we're going to add it to the apple pie that you're going to teach me how to make.
Yes, so you can actually add it to any pie, any tart, any form of anything, as long as you can sprinkle it like a topping, which is always fun. But we're going to make apple pies just because it's fun to have apple pie,
let me learn how to make them apple pies.
So what I like to do is, if you don't actually have the time to make something from scratch, store-bought pastry is a fantastic thing to use, puff pastry. So all you need to do is you cut out your discs, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you cut out your discs, and you pop them onto the tray.
Okay, I'll help you.
Thank you.
There you go.
A bit dusty and fluffy.
Yep, all good.
Okay, and then then afterwards you're going to make the apple mixture for the top. So what you need to do is you need to get your apples, green apples. Okay, well, you would switch the stove on first, that would make sense.
There you go.
Then you have your apples, as well as your sugar and cinnamon. And
The best
combination. And you kind of just like let it go for a little while so that all the sugar melts. And then after all the sugar melts, you will get this wonderful, lovely...
That's all it is? I mean, you hardly even mix that?
You hardly even mix
Okay,
that.
amazing.
And just let it go. So then what you would do afterwards is you'd actually just lay out the apples on top. So you can cut your apples in any way you want. I like to do nice chunky wedges because then you get some meaty, apples in the mix.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can cut them into little blocks, you can cut them into slices, thin slices, but let's try them out like
And
this.
I suppose you can add anything. I mean, what else usually goes into apple pie? Raisins?
Yeah, you can add raisins. You can add... I also like to add cherries into the mix sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Right? That's
Gee,
pretty
you're
awesome.
invited to dinner at my house if you're cooking.
And so you just pop this into the oven at 180 degrees for about 15 minutes or so. But then the next best thing, after you take them out, they come out like
ta-da! Eat your heart out, Martha Stewart. We've already done it. Okay, so there you go.
So now what I like to do in addition to that is I like to add some whipped cream
Yes,
to
you
it,
have to have cream.
which is always yummy. So now what I like to do is to take a vanilla pod, just to butterfly it and to get the vanilla seeds out. So when you get the seeds out, look how gorgeous that is.
But I mean, are those the seeds? Or those tiny little things?
Yes,
Okay.
those are the seeds, and that's what you want to get out into
Yes.
your cream. So just to scrape out a little bit, just to chuck it in, and then just to give it a mix into it.
Is that just that little bit of vanilla?
It's so strong, so beautifully potent and powerful. And then you also get to see the little black specks in between, which is always fun as well. So then you get a nice mix through, and then dollop on top of your
beautiful
little pies. There you go.
Okay, and then I'm guessing the last phase of this is my job.
Would you like to do the final touches?
I mean, this is just so much fun. And you can put a lot on here.
Yeah, as much as you want.
There you go. I'm going to make them quite busy because I think chunky, rustic apple pies with honeycomb, honey. This is so good. Look at that. I mean, really. This is just...
You're going for it, eh?
No, I'm thoroughly
There's no
enjoying
stopping
this. Because I know I'm going to get to eat them a little bit later. How's that?
And
chunky enough for you?
There you go. Honeycomb on top of little apple tartlets with a little bit of whipped cream.
And that is dessert. Remember, you too can find this all on afternoonexpress.co.za, shopping lists, and of course this delicious recipe. Thank you, Ming.
It's a pleasure.
For bringing this beauty into my life.
I hope you enjoyed.
How wonderful. We're going to be right back after this.
Hi YouTubers, thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to us. Join the Afternoon Express family by subscribing to our channel right here. And we'll keep you up to date with all our recipes and of course our fabulous episodes. Also, feel free to leave a comment and share this video. We do love it when you express yourself.